Whoopsies. Alright. Here we are. Let me get the game loaded up and everything. Oh, I actually have to do one more thing right quick. I had forgotten when I reset my PC, it reset all my scenes and everything. So I have to put those back together at some point as well. Let's see. Timberborn. Here we go. Okie doke. I also don't have my chat bar up on my second monitor, so forgive me. I'll be checking my phone for chat. That's if anyone stops by today. My first stream was like awesome though. Bunch of people showed up. Oh, I just realized my lighting's kind of messed up. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Maybe. Yeah, a little more yellow. A little less bright. There we go. Alright. So, the game we're playing today is Timberborn. And this is a pretty innocent game. It's like a beaver town building game, so it's not like hardcore. It's not anything like super interesting, but good game to like just chill out on, have a good time, just relax. And after the last 2 weeks that I had, I kind of need to chill for a little bit. So let's get into it whenever the loading finishes. All right, here we are. So essentially, it's paused right now. So essentially, you just have to take care of your little towns of beavers. I have a couple dead ones. That's not good. But this is only one of my districts. This is District 4. And I use this for most of my food production. I don't know why it ended up doing that, but it just has the most food. So I just export all that food. Alright. So here is the meat and potatoes of the whole place. My first district, where everything started. And yeah, they starve here. I don't know why, but they just suck at making food in this area. So I guess that's going to be the goal for this stream, is to try and increase the food yield. I mean, the berry fields over here, there's a lot more of them, and they're kind of bigger. But I have a lot of farm, so I don't know exactly why this place is so bad on food. Maybe because 164 beavers live there? Maybe I'll have to distribute them a little better. This place could definitely use more beavers to work on those fields. Alright, so let's hit play and get into it. They're all going off to their separate jobs and everything. And yeah, these guys are probably going to start dying of starvation. As you can see, lower bottom left corner, you've lost quite a few people to old age. So, I'm also doing some landscaping. Just trying to make things better for my beavers. Let me, oh, we're in a drought currently. So that explains why the water's a little low. See, you really have to manipulate the land to make any use of it. I'm running a river through this pond here in the middle, and I'm going to run it all the way back to this back area. and I'm going to have it end up in here to fill into our main lake. Then I'm going to do a river going around the back and hopefully all the way around to back here where this last district is. Overall, that's a pretty hefty goal for what I want to accomplish on this game. But it's my first map, and I don't really want to move to another one until I feel like I ended up in a good place on this one. Alright, so let's move some beavers over and get some more food production going. Actually, what are these guys doing? They're just sitting around. They're all full. That's a builder's hut. We need more haulers. Do we need more storage too? It looks like it. Alright, so... Oh, here it is. Underground storage. Let's adjust that path real quick too. There we go. Alright. But, yeah, we actually just have 6 gatherers not doing anything because we don't have the storage for the food. So that makes sense. We should have all the materials to build this, no problem as well. I think I want to add more logging, but I'm not sure. This little area is typically better off during the droughts because all this stuff here holds the water in pretty well. And their water storages are typically pretty full. So, they don't really end up pumping too much of the water out until later in the season anyhow. This place, though, I feel like I have to bomb out a better reservoir. Because all these pumps and everything, like, yeah, I made a decent sized dam, but, like, it doesn't do enough. Essentially, that's just there to keep the food in this area going and keep it from drying out. This place down here is also kind of self-sustainable for now. There's not too many beavers here. 10 adults, 2 kids, so... they don't need too much food or too much water. This place will be pretty alright. And I essentially just made this district here strictly for water because of the access to the main lake. So the water for this place is always full despite having nearly 40 beavers here too. And then I also use the extra land for all my, explosives crafting. And I exported the explosives from here to this district to make this river that is also going to go around the side and meet back up with the main lake here. So I have some time and I have some planning in this game. It's no, easy feat to get to this area of the game. I have some hours. Let's see though. Oh yeah, also worth mentioning that I'm trying to take this entire hill here in the middle down. So I have more space for farm. Because, like I said, these people are never happy with their food. Never. I think I need another food area to export food to this place. District 4 over here has over 5,000 berries. That's just absurd. And it just takes so much time to get the berries from here at my distribution post all the way to, let's see, where is it? Over here somewhere. Right here. To this drop-off point. by the time the food gets there, these beavers here in my first district already consume all the food. Definitely going to expand these farms because this district's roads still go for just a teeny bit more. This red line is about, the max for the length of road between the district center itself and its boundaries. And then this little archway here is what determines where District 1 ends and District 7 begins. Same thing on this side, right about there. So, I think let's expand our potatoes. Probably about there. Because in here is still dry. The potatoes aren't going to grow on that gross soil there. I also want to take this hill down, but it has so much stuff on top of it, and it would be a pain. So, yeah, that's the end of the first day of the drought for the most part, and that is, that's basically the entire game. It's pretty boring up to this point. But like I said, it's just a game to chill out to, nothing too fancy. Alright, let me just crack open this drink real quick. I would throw up an intermission screen, but I don't have one at the moment. I have to go check my food here in a bit. Alright. So, when it comes to powering these buildings, as you can see, they're beaver power. There's other options like wind power and stuff like that, but it's pretty unreliable. I wouldn't use the windmills too much. Just take your worst behaving beavers and just throw them on the wheels. They'll get the work done. Or they'll be incredibly late. See, our real problem is... Oh, we're not doing too hot on wood. That would explain why... That would explain why my paper production isn't doing too hot. Oh, and here's a fine example. So, let's go top down. This beaver has no work to do. Not only because he doesn't have logs, but he also doesn't have power. This windmill only works when it's windy. And what you know, it's not windy. So, it's just extremely unreliable and hurtful to the workload. And then, I'm kind of a tyrant. So, sometimes during the droughts, if I have too many unemployed beavers taking up food, I'll send them to work in my death camps. So, if this place had any dynamite or anything, I would absolutely send those beavers to work all throughout the dry season, even if it meant their death. Which I'm probably going to send them, just so they can end up clearing that. So let's do that real quick. Should probably only send about 4 of them because that's all that district can hold. District 9. There we go. Which, that was a great movie, by the way. I like the documentary format, and then how it shifted into you watching the guy's downfall and turn into a prawn. I don't know if District 10 will ever come out, but I'm hoping. As for these trees down here, I'm just kind of using them to farm their chestnuts, because that's also a halfway decent food source. Grilled chestnuts. I guess I could also send food from here. Oh, I'm already sending berries. Let me send some potatoes. Yeah, let me send some potatoes. Then maybe that'll help those guys to stop from starving. But real quick, guys, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move back to my starting screen and go check my food right quick. So I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Give me just 1 second. Alrighty, I'm back. If anyone that comes back and re-watches this after the fact, it's a little late now, but you could just skip ahead like 5 minutes. Alright, so what we need to do is build a better reservoir for this place. Like, the very first thing I did is I made this little area, tried to dig it a little deeper, but that didn't help. So what we can do, let's see, can we build stairs right up against that? We sure can. Gonna have our beavers build the stairs, and then I'm going to have them swim down here and essentially just dredge out the middle of this river. So it'll be GG's then. Water will be settled. This place has no logs. Well, I remember why. I tore up all the old trees because they were taking too long to grow for their wood output. So I planted these ones. Now it's still like mostly 6 days away from growing. So, bit of a wood shortage at the moment. I guess I could mention that. There's 4 different types of trees. All of them have different lengths of time to grow. And they all have different outputs. I think objectively, the pine trees can give you the best value. Especially if you need wood, like, on time. Essentially, you're getting 1 extra wood for 3 extra days, instead of having to wait a whole month cycle for only 8. But then again, 12 plus 12 is 24, and 2 plus 2 is 4, so if you want to use maple, that would give you a decent amount of wood as well. But pine, I don't have the patience to sit there and wait for maple trees. But yeah, autosave. This map is fairly big, I would say. I don't have any plans to, like, make the whole map green or anything. Now, if I did, I would start a different map, and I would make it a YouTube series. But, this is just my first map, and I just want to make it how I want it to look. Oh, and as you can see, our last little bit of water here done dried up. So all these plants are without water now. Of course, this little river or canal that I excavated here, that is enough to keep the food going, especially these potatoes. And I guess that's why food is hard to get here, because they don't have wood to grill the potatoes. So, something to be conscious about, especially when changing your tree types and everything. So make sure you have a good stock of wood before you go ripping out all your trees. Let's see. Can unpause these. But there's not enough workers to fill them in that district. So let me migrate 3 of our unemployeds over there. That should fill them. Right. It's another thing. You also have to designate where you want trees cut and everything. So right about there. Don't want lazy beavers. I want productive beavers. There. At least now they're doing something. I don't need these 2 little woodcutter flags anymore, so let's delete those. And see what else we can do. Oh, well, I just got a nice comment on my channel, and you know, I really appreciate people that leave comments or constructive criticism or just, want to interact. Because that's what I'm doing this for. This is a hobby. I have no want to make this into a job or anything. I just do this for fun. So, Mapache Mapachoso. I butchered that name, and I don't know how old you are, but based on your spelling and you missing a couple words, just know I appreciate your comment, and I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Alright, so let's get back to it then, shall we? Up here you can see my total amount of resources. Like, overall, I'm doing pretty well on the resource front. It's just the distribution of these resources that is the trick. Alright. This one won't be as satisfying because not all the explosives are placed. They can't really even reach these anyway, so let's just... all gone. That's satisfying. That water level's a little lower now, but that doesn't make a difference. Oh, there's still 4 days until the drought. Top right corner, 3.8 days. That's when it ends. A lot of my plants are going to die, I feel. Maybe not the berry bushes, but all these carrots and everything, gone. Oh, I'm also, to unlock some of the better stuff, like, the wood workshop and all that other stuff like that, you need research points, which there's specific buildings that produce research points. One of which being the observatory. And that's also a powered building, and I just realized my folly there because it's going to... That's a real small area to cram a bunch of power. So let's see what I can do about that. Alright, place that there. And then I'm going to let that get built before I do any more. Alright. It only needs 200 horsepower, but, it's going to be beaver power. What I can do is... after this is all demoed, I can build power through here along this alley. I can adjust this path a little bit and run it down here, and I can put in a water wheel like what I have here. See, I experimented with power a lot in this. I used a combination of windmills and this water wheel to determine how efficient I could make these two buildings. So playing around with that is another reason why I figured out that beaver power is much more efficient than wind. That's also why I made this area up here for beaver power to power that. So I figured out a fair amount just messing around and experimenting. Gotta love it. Alright. Well, I'd say, even though, my first stream I wasn't very talkative and everything and didn't know what to say. It's kind of hard, you watch your favorite streamers and everything. And they can just talk and do whatever and just not be so awkward about it. But it's a hard thing to do. I hope I'm doing a little better this time with my commentary. I'm really working on it. So, we have a lot of wood here. I think, just moved. District 7 doesn't need logs. Let's add a new route to here. Because District 1 needs logs. Wait, where's District 5? Is that you? Yeah. So I'm also exporting a good deal of food to here. And for good reason. They're not doing too hot on food. But as you can see, that's because there's no farms or anything yet. I'm getting to it. It's just, I didn't have the foresight when I went to build this little area that it was right smack up against this wall. And, you know, that kind of affected the way that I was able to do things. And I realized I might have done goofed because I want to take out like this whole area here. And I'm not sure that my workers can, how far my workers can go. Oh, they can go to about there. Because I need to clear a way for the canal to connect in, and I also need to clear more farmland. So you can see all these guys over here are starving. There's food, just not enough to satisfy that many beavers. All my work camp beavers are dead by the looks of it. So there's logs here. Let's see. Guess let's start building the infrastructure then. Plop, plop, plop. This area is going to be kind of industrious. That's kind of my intent. Alright. Now, do some storage for said water. Rotate again, and let's put in the paths for that. I don't really like that little meat up there, but at least it looks kind of uniform. Alright. Then we're also going to need housing. So that's not where I meant to put that. So let's clear it. I don't know any of the hotkeys, so if you're silently or loudly judging me, please don't. Like I said, this is going to be an industrial area, so it's going to be a lot of beavers and a lot of beaver labor. I'm essentially going to try and move all of my power generation to this one area. Hence why the river's here. I'm also going to put in water wheels. And then I'm just going to run the power lines to all the buildings necessary. And just use what existing infrastructure I already have. Forward thinking, chat. Forward thinking. Big brain. Alright, and then we use the mirrored lodges. Don't want to waste any space. These stairs aren't going to be able to be built because they need planks, but just putting it all down for when we get that far. And then I'm also going to need a forester placed. Because we're going to be churning out a bunch of small wood. Alright, let's send some beavers to the death camp. I think that's District 9, right? Yeah. Alright, 4 more to their doom. It's either they work themselves to death or they starve to death. I'm not being cruel. It's their choice. I just make them do it. Oh, look. That's just out of range, so wouldn't you know it? That kind of sucks. It's alright though. Well, I guess that doesn't fall into any district, so that's kind of annoying. I guess I'll build. That's in the wrong thing. Platforms. And then I'll do paths over that. And now that falls into a district, right? Well, it will. Alright. Making progress, gang. Making progress. How long we been up for? Oh, it's been an hour already. Or, well, not really. A lot of that time was just me goofing off and trying to fix things. So, I'll have to remember to put in some timestamps. Alright. As we can see, our water dried up over here. But not to worry, we have a pond for that. Easy peasy. Oh, our potatoes are dead over here though. That's not good. Huh. So, that means bombs in the pond. We'll dredge it out a little more. Let's see, do we have... Oh, we have tons of bombs over here. Alright, so... let's do some dredging then. We want this to all be deeper. Let's see. We have one little piece of path that's not part of the district. That kind of blows. Wonder if I can get away with this and then stairs. Should be able to, I think. Alright, hopefully that does something. Look how fast that was done. Alright. So, in about another day-ish, we should be pretty good on water. The drought should end. Hopefully we can get our food going again. Maybe I shouldn't limit how much water goes into here as much as I should try and limit more how much goes out. I think I might redo this wall. Yeah, I think I might just do double platforms. So go ahead and let's get rid of all. Let's do it bits at a time. Get rid of all of this. And we'll do double platforms. There we go. That way it's easy for water to go in, but not, yeah, just easy for it to go in. This ought to cause less flooding up here when I raise these floodgates to fill this area. That's right. Build those houses. We're losing a few beavers here and there, but nothing like serious. Let me check chat real quick. Since chat's dead, I'll go reply to this comment right quick. This was on my YFM video, so if you haven't seen that yet, Your Favorite Martian is coming back, and, you know, that was a big part of my 2011-2012 internet life, so I was pretty hyped and thought it was only fair to make a video for it. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Oh. Hey, Billy. I see you in chat there, buddy. Thank you for stopping by. I'm just showing off the beavers and sending them off to the death camp. And it looks like they all died, so let's send 4 more. District 9, where they belong. This area is almost ready for demolition too. Oh, our water's really low now. It's alright though. The flood ends in half a day. You know, I just realized there's houses there. So, best way to handle this, some stairs into the wall. Alright, sorry about that, was responding to the text. But Death Camp Beavers are working, actually making use of those houses, so good for them. These guys over here have such a good life, and I want to know why, because I didn't really plan this one out, or like, I just kind of put berry fields all over the place. They have a maximum of 4 water pumps, and they're good on everything. Oh, drought's over. Let's watch how satisfying this is. Let's go all the way over here to the beginning of the river. Yes, the water flows. It's flowing kind of slow, though. Here, let's speed that up. There we go. That's a little better. And now we're starting to get beavers dead of hunger and thirst. Well, they were weak. And they were probably the District 9 beavers, too. It's alright, I'll send 4 more over there. They'll be alright. Yeah, make sure that's all the way down. Because at first we just want the water flowing. There we go. Everything springs back to life. Alright. Water's taking a second to fill up everything. But it'll get going again. Here we go. Alright, now it's filling everything back up and everything will be all green and good to go again here shortly. Hope this bit rate's a little better, by the way. Someone left a comment on my last stream and suggested a slightly higher bit rate than what I was using before. And I hope this is working out better. And here we are. See? We are flooding currently. That's mostly because of the kind of wonky physics for water. Because obviously it's not being held up by anything. Or at least not anything higher than this piece of land here. But now all that water's flowing back into the main lake, heading downstream to our successful district. Ooh, here we go. Here's another satisfying thing. Ah, yes. Alright, just need to build one more set of stairs. Because that water's being pumped as it's flowing, it's just kind of stuck there. Nope, there it goes. Alright, and that was an 8-day drought. But because of my floodgates are all the way down, so water didn't really get back to my canal here. So what we're going to do is raise this just a little bit. That'll make things a little better. Alright. Might have to raise it a little bit more, actually. But as soon as I raise it past 0.5, it's going to start flooding. So these beavers will just have to deal with some flood water for a bit. Yep. Flooding, flooding, flooding. But I just really need this river to be filled up. If it means flooding these beavers out for a day or two, then so be it. Looks to be full down there now, so go ahead and reduce that to 0.5. Trying to think of some ways that I can increase the amount of water that can get over to this area. That way I don't have to block off this whole river. Maybe if I took out these dams, gave them platforms, and gave this a slope, it would create a current and a flow that way. I think that idea might work. Alright, how long we been live for? An hour 18. Go for a little bit longer. And long enough for this water to clear up anyway. And then I'm probably going to call it. Oh, and the floodwaters finally got down to here, too. Oh, I love the landscaping on this game, even though it takes freaking 3 or 4 decades to do. What's that? There. Yeah, go take that out. Don't know what the hell you think you were doing. Not doing that work. It was right across the creek. Lazy son of a beaver. And I think I'll save this for next stream. This entire little thing. It takes ages to fill up this many places for TNT. So I'll save that for next time. Alright. That's about everything that's going to be interesting to happen for now. So pause that. So that's it, guys. That was just me hanging out, chilling on Timberborn. Anyone that stops by and watches this after the fact, thank you, and I appreciate you being here. Anyone that was here while I was alive, I appreciate you too. Especially you, Billy. Thank you for stopping by, even though you're kind of a cunt. So, thanks for that. But, yeah, I'll leave it off there. And, if you like this stream, go ahead, leave a like. Maybe even subscribe if you're feeling, kind of frisky. I appreciate it. If you want to know the next time that I stream, go ahead and hit that notification bell. Alright. Thanks, guys, and that's that. Have a good one.